Okay, so I'm putting this at the beginning of the vlog for the day. I have 2 links. You will see one pop up through this video likely for Pantheon or some. I think that's how you're pronouncing it. It is to help our channel grow. Help us buy better equipment, more professional equipment, so we can create more professional videos for you all, and also so we can do different series. Like, I would love to do a stop animation series that has new episodes at least every week. More if possible, but stop motion animation takes a really long time to shoot. But it is something that I love to do, and I would love to get involved in with the kids as well. So, you know, that's why I want better cameras, I want better equipment, I need a backdrop, I need lighting, so I can do better makeup tutorials. There's a lot of really good prizes on there, and you don't just get the prize once, you get it every month as a supporter. There's tiers from $1 to $15, and like I said, when we get what we need with that, and then I'm ready to upgrade other things, then it'll kind of go up, and then there'll be some more prizes open. But I'm going to put a YouCare link in the box below. Please follow it. Even if you have to donate $1, that's fine. It is something very special to me and very close to me and my family. It means the world to us, more than I can ever express. And share it on your social media sites. It would mean the world to me. And likely my kids too, if they knew what knew exactly what was going on. Anyway, I wanted to throw this in the beginning because I know not all of you make it very far in any video that you watch. I'm bad about it too. I will fast forward through them and then, you know, end it, whatever. Anyway, thanks guys. Okay, so I'm done with the doctor, and now it's his turn, and he's actually talking about cutting his hair off like Roman Atwood's.
Yeah, because he's the best.
I am terrified of what he's going to look like with short hair, because it has literally been years since I've seen him with short hair.
I'll get it. I want to.
The thing is, though, is I don't think that his hair would lay like Roman's does. Which Roman obviously don't fix his hair very much since he wears hats all the time. What are you going to do? Cut it all off and wear a hat all the time?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted to grow it out to donate it.
Yeah, I can go out and I can get it cut like Roman Atwood and have the extra donated.
Well, see, the thing is to donate it, we have to pull it back in a ponytail. It has to be a certain length, and then we have to cut the ponytail off to mail. So you mail the ponytail, not just stuff a bunch of hair in an envelope.
I need to have more in it.
We're going to go eat.
Wishbones.
And then, yeah, we're at Wishbones. And then he goes to the orthopedic. Then I got to get medicine filled, and they are treating me as an asthma patient until they get my x-rays back to see if it is COPD or emphysema.
Or asthma. This whole family's almost had asthma now.
Fun thing. Fun. Oh, such a lovely angle. I am heading to the shock clinic. Yeah, we just left the orthopedic, and they said that it was basically a sprained ankle, but to be more technical about it, a sprain of the back of the foot, and to do everything as tolerated. If he needs the crutches, use the crutches. If he doesn't, then don't run until he can walk without a limp. You know, all that good stuff. I love Dr. Sears. He's an amazing orthopedic doctor over at KOC here. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take him to the shock clinic while we're out. Get his allergy shots out of the way. And then I guess I'll probably get out later and take his sister. I don't know. I'm wore out because I feel like I've been on the run, and I've been on the go since 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock this morning. I'd have to get up at 6 because he didn't go to school today because of the appointments. But yeah, so fun. I've got to go pick up some medicine too now that they are treating my asthma until they get some stuff back to make sure that I don't have COPD or emphysema, because back after I had a little over almost 11 years ago, I had a really bad upper respiratory infection, and I went to the hospital and they did some lung x-rays to make sure I didn't have pneumonia, and they came to me then and they said, you have to start to COPD. I used to smoke, and if you don't stop now, by the time you're 40, you're going to be in a wheelchair. So I quit smoking. And my dad has bulbous emphysema, and he actually has lost half of a lung. They removed it in the last year. Now they're wanting to remove half of the right, let's see, it was his left lung. Now they're going to remove half of the right one too. And I didn't realize how bad I had gotten until that Sunday when we were walking, and I had to sit down and take a break. And every time I would take a breath in, it hurt. And I couldn't keep up with him. And he was like, you know, I'm like, you have 1.5 lungs. I have 2 full lungs, and I cannot keep up with you. But I'm glad to see that he's doing so well, because he did this without his oxygen, which is amazing, because he's been on oxygen at night when he sleeps for quite some time, but he's been on the 24-hour oxygen that he carries with him for a while. He pushed not taking it for quite some time, and then finally got to the point that he couldn't deny it anymore, and he had to go on it. And I want to say that was close to 7 years ago or so. And since he's had that surgery to remove that lung, his blood oxygen levels have stayed more normal, which even on the oxygen he was getting down below 90, which anything below 90 can cause brain damage. So if your oxygen levels stay below 90 for a long enough period of time, it can really do some damage. So he has brain damage and stuff from the motorcycle wreck, but it just affects his short-term memory. And when his oxygen levels are really low, if you talk to him, sometimes he won't even remember. So I'm really glad that he's able to function now without the oxygen. I mean, in the summertime, we'll see him on it a little bit more because of first off, our air quality here. People think that because we live, you know, in the valley, and we live pretty much in the foothills of the Smokies, that we have, you know, great air quality. No, we are like in the top 10 worst cities for air quality. And we have ridiculous humidity. So in the summertime, it's really hard for just about anybody to breathe in this stuff. I mean, when you step outside, you know, it can be 80 degrees and you can step outside and you feel like you're in the shower because you're so hot. You know, that feels like it's about 100 and some, you know, it feels like it's 110 degrees. And then, you know, you're sweating profusely because of all the humidity. Like, it's disgusting. And it sucks, and it's hard to breathe, and it's just awful. So I get why he has to go back on it then. So yeah, I'm not going the right way. But I'm just really proud of him. But yeah, I sucked trying to keep up with him, and I told him, I said, I've been on him for a few months about my breathing, and they want to do the spirometry test on me, but they don't want to do them the right way. They just want to do a spirometry test and tell me the age of my lungs. And I'm like, look, I know my lungs are damaged. I've smoked. And the doctor that the kids see for allergy and asthma, the way he diagnoses asthma, and he showed me when they finally diagnosed my daughter instead of having reactive airway with full-blown asthma. Like, they do the spirometry test, and if they see something in there, they'll give them a breathing treatment, and then they'll redo the spirometry test. And there's these numbers, and he was like, if there's a jump, you know, and he told me how much, I can't remember. He was like, we know then that we've got a real case of asthma. So they just give me a spirometry test, and they're like, now they're saying, well, if it shows up anything, we may have to just refer you to pulmonology. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I mean, even though I know that where to go because I know my dad's history, I don't want to do that because I don't want him to just be like, oh, here, you're gonna have to go on oxygen. Like, I don't want to do that. But I know that it's coming at some point in my life, but Yeah, I deal enough with the IC and only being 36. I don't want to deal with this too, only being 36. It seems like that I haven't gotten to live my life. I mean, I've gotten to live life, obviously, but I don't feel like that I've gotten to have a fair younger life. I mean, I guess nothing's really fair, but you know, people are always like, you always seem sick and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I'm not sick. You know, I just have a bladder disease that flares up and it makes me hurt, you know, and then I've been having this issue with the breathing, and it's not that I'm sick, it's just that I get winded, and I've been checked overall for heart issues because my father's had heart attacks, and what he has is not easy to find, and I've been diagnosed with it, but I was able to get it under control myself instead of having the ablation done, but I'm still having issues breathing. So yeah, they're just like, she was ready to help me today, and that I wish they would just put me in a preventative altogether instead of just saying, oh, here's some albuterol. I don't like using those cortisol steroids or whatever they're called, but it'll be nice to have for occasions like that. Now we'll have so many dang albuterol inhalers at the house. We should always be able to find one. Anyway, I'm taking up so much of y'all's time, and my little sidekick has given up on me, it seems. I mean, we weren't in this car like no time, and he was out, and he is sound asleep, and we're on campus. Look at this pretty house with that porch, that teal porch. We're actually on UT campus right now, University of Tennessee. Their allergy and asthma doctor is over here behind the hospitals. There's 2 hospitals over here. There's Fort Sanders Regional, and then there is Children's, and then their allergy and asthma doctor, who mainly deal with pediatrics, is over here behind Children's Hospital, but they see adult patients too. I was seeing down here for a little bit, but honestly, I can only afford the kids to go over here right now, so I'm kind of on standby. I let my doctors treat me, and then if they feel a need, they'll send me to pulmonology instead of a doctor like this, because like he does the breathing tests and everything pretty much every time they come in. Yes. And see, it sucks the way you gotta pull in. All those cars kind of like block the little drive, it seems. And then Shock Clinic is all the way around behind the building. So now I gotta go because I have to dig out. His head is beating on the door. Watch. And he's still asleep. I wasn't breaking hard, I promise. I thought that was funny. Anyway.
I can't wait for my mom's phone. I accidentally hit picture. Oh, my arm. Got my
Tell him what that's from.
You can even see it. I just got my shots.
We'll get a picture of your arms and I'll throw it in there for people to see what happens when you get these. Don't. Tell them what you want to do.
What?
About your hair.
Nothing.
Now then, tell them what you want to do.
Haha. Oh, to cut it. I want to cut it.
Tell them why.
Nah, I'm good.
Tell them why.
I'm good.
Tell them why.
I'm good.
Put pull on your seatbelt, put it on right.
42 minutes.
Tell them why. Tell them.
Okay. Because I can.
That is not what you said. Tell them what you told me.
Why?
Tell them what you said.
No.
He said
I got it. I want to throw hawk.
No, that's not how you say it.
What? How do you say
He
it?
wants his hair cut so he can look like Roman Atwood.
I have the big ears like him. That's what my mom said. I don't have big ears. Liar. Okay,
Well, you don't have no hair, they're bigger.
Okay, I do have big ears. Compared to yours, they're tiny. Oh! You do have big ears.
Tell them how your retainer or your expander's doing.
It's doing good. You want to see it? You want to see it? You want to see it? Dun, dun, dun. Ah.
You need to tell people if it hurts.
It hurts.
Because other kids look at these videos.
It hurts about that much. Well, anyway, I don't mind paying that much, so not that much.
Tell them how often you have to turn it.
So, today I had to turn it 2 times because I've
No,
got
you didn't. No, you don't. You only turn it 1 time.
1 time a day. You can't turn it 2 times a day.
No, your prescribed time is 1 time a day.
Huh, right.
If you're not recording, stop.
I am. Have a great day.
Just stop.
Cards are named square or cards.
Okay, so I'm going to end the video now. It's early still. I normally end these a little bit later and then edit them, and that's why you don't usually see them till the next day. But I'm trying to do things a little bit different so that you get to see that day's stuff that day, hopefully, if you keep up with us. So subscribe and hit the little bell button. Smash that thumbs up button so others can see us as well. I will be doing some updates on medical stuff, and then I'm going to be doing some videos for interstitial cystitis. I want to make sure that I have some really good quality, like legit info to pass on to you guys. I know what I know from my cases, but I know not all cases are the same, so I want to give you the general right info. I have been fortunate enough to be able to help some women realize that they needed to get checked for it, and then they ended up actually having it. Not that it's a good thing, but now that they know what they have, they know which way to go, and then they know that we have, you know, so we're trying to get support groups together. It's kind of hard because it's still something like I seem like I run into a lot of women that are like, oh yeah, I have it, but they're not interested in sharing their stories or anything like that. But then I have a ton that do. And so I have a support group for interstitial cystitis on Facebook. I have a support group for allergies, food allergies, and asthma on Facebook. If anybody is interested in those groups, I will link them below if I remember to. And feel free to ask to join. And put in advice. Don't just wait for one of us to post. If you find an article that's interesting, post it. If you've got advice, post it. That's what it's all there for, and that's what I want. That's what I want to do. I want to use it as a learning thing. And I'm not saying that you have to have these things to be in. Even if you just want to learn about it, or you live with somebody that's got these things, so you're trying to understand it better. You know, we're not gonna be mean to you, and we're not gonna say no, you can't be in our club. That is just what it is. So I want to end this. I've got some things that I want to do. I'm trying to make $1,300 in sales between tonight and tomorrow night. I think technically, I would say midnight my time, but I think technically it has to be, it would be 2 or 3 my time. I'm not sure. I'm trying to hit a promotion, and I'm like this close for the first time, and I know that $1,300 is a lot. It's a very challenging challenge, but it can be done. So I'm getting ready to push. So I want to get this done and edited so I can get it up and then start working on that, because that is what I want to push. Bye, guys. Oh, and thank you for watching us, and thank you for keeping up with us. If you look through the links below, and you'll probably see the link for our Patreon through the video. That is a way to support us to grow our channel, so we can buy more professional equipment and editing software. And I'm starting out very low with that until we grow more, and then I'll be going up with that. And then of course the gifts with it will be getting higher. But I'm gonna include a link to a UCare deal below, and it is something that is super important to me and my family. Please take the time, follow the link, read up on it, and please help. If you can't help, please forward it. Thanks, guys. Bye. So we're up early today. I'm gonna try not to, I've got to try to start cutting down the time on these things, because I know there's no way that everybody is watching these from beginning to end, because I'm not that exciting. And I have an issue with thinking that I only have about 15 to 20 minutes worth of footage, and then at the end of the day when I go to start editing, I never have less than 30 minutes. So this is on today's agenda. I'm on the way to my doctor for just like a regular meds check, and he is going to see the orthopedic doctor to see how his foot is doing and to see if he can be healed in time for us to go skating Tuesday, because I promised him that once they released him that we would go roller skating. So we'll see. Then I'm gonna go ahead and go get his allergy shots today. He gets 2 a week at the same time. We go once a week, and he gets 2. And then when his sister comes home, I will likely have to get out again and go to the shot clinic and get her shot. She only gets 1 per visit. I'm hoping when we go back to the doctor that they bump him back on his shots to at least every other week, because he's been going for over a year now. He should be close to weaning down onto, or not weaning down, but getting to just like a maintenance dose, where he's building up some resistance. So I can only hope, because right now it costs me, after insurance, $30 a week to get his shots, and it honestly isn't much cheaper just for Katie to get 1. And I mean, that's weekly right now, so it sucks. I've wisened up though. I'm saving all of our medical receipts, so I can use them as a write-off on taxes this year, because we moved up in the tax bracket. If we can itemize more than what the standard deduction is, it would be well worth it. So that's the thing. I've got a bunch of receipts in my bag. I need to move them over to my filer. I mean, yes, I have a filer for receipts. If you have any tips on what else that we can claim, I would greatly appreciate it. Right now, I'm saving medical receipts, pharmacy receipts, and of course, we'll have the thing from interest on our house, stuff like that. So if you know of anything else, let me know. I know it's changed a little from when I took accounting, and it seems like those laws change like every year, so I can't ever keep up with it. But yeah, that's what really killed us, and like why I'm having to do a fundraiser right now, because we were figuring out that we would get what we typically get back every month or every year in taxes, because last year we got back the most that we've ever gotten back, and we made more money last year than we did the year before. But that was with my 1099s and then my business expenses combined too. So that's what brought it up, and then my business expenses brought it down. But I didn't make as much this year in business because I didn't really try. I had so much going on that I just kind of like forget about it for right now. But I still had some expenses. So yeah, my husband worked so much last year that I think it changed our income substantially. I mean, not enough for us to both be driving brand new cars, but it brought it up enough to where it's a little bit easier living paycheck to paycheck, basically. And yeah, I had a savings account, and around the end of November, beginning of December, Katie's father ran into some issues and got behind on child support. And it sucked because I had all this money in savings that I was using. Well, I wasn't really using it, but I had so much set aside that came from my Christmas Club account to pay for holiday things. Plus my daughter's birthday is Christmas Eve. That sucks. But I had to dip into it to keep paying for things like medicine and doctor's visits and stuff like that. And I don't mind too, because I mean it's kind of what you get savings for. But I really was saving what was left over besides what was put in there from the Savings Club account, which I have the Christmas Club every year, and then in November it dumps over into my savings account. But I try to keep money in my savings account too for emergency reasons, like if we need something fixed or you know, something like that happens. And it went from over $500 in a month to below 40. Yeah, so I am busting my ass to get that built back up. I paid off some major bills that we had with a hospital. That was actually 3 accounts that I have been paying on. That was like $89, basically $90 a month. I paid that off. They gave me a like 40 or 60% discount. I can't remember, for paying it off. And so I paid that off, and then you know, I was going to pay off the orthodontist bills with what was left, and then still leave enough for us to do a couple other things that we need to get done. And like the orthodontist bills are a little bit more than I had planned for, because originally we were going to hold off on Aiden with the orthodontist. I just took him to look to see if there was because they told me there was something, that devices and stuff that they can make to fix his basically overjet until he could wear braces. So I took him, and they laid out this plan. And after talking to the orthodontist is like, well, we can wait and just do full braces and do all this at once, but then you're risking possible surgery on the jaw, damage to the teeth before you can get to braces, and impacted teeth, having to remove teeth. And I was just like, you know what, we're gonna have to go ahead and do it, because I can't risk my baby. I don't want him to have to go through that jaw surgery. It's horrible. So we started on his and hers, and I paid $1,000 on their account, $500 each, and that was supposed to take off. They were going to count $100 of that towards her monthly payment, and they still drafted $100 out of my account for the month. So that was $100 that I wasn't expecting to come out. I mean, which it doesn't matter. I'm not paying interest on the loan, so it's not like that. You know, the longer I stretch it out, the more I'm going to pay. It would just be nice to be able to lower the payments and whatnot, but with the $500 down, it moves her payment down $14, which I'm sure I could probably get it lower, because with what I paid down on her final total, there's no way that I'm going to be paying that monthly payment for 18 months. And it took his from almost $90 down to $50. So yeah, I don't understand how they figure this stuff out. I mean, yeah, we'll get it paid off a little quicker, but it really doesn't matter because of there not being any financing charges. So yeah, I could get hers paid off a lot quicker and his too, but it'd be nice to be able to not have to stress this, busting my ass to get money together for everything. It sucks, but I'll do it for the kids. And I'm offering, if you donate $20 to the UCare fundraiser, then I will make you a plushie. I have to pick the colors and stuff because I'm using a ton of material that I have left at the house, so I'm not out spending money that I'm trying to save, but I will send you a plushie. Anyway, I will get back with you guys soon.